Hello everyone, Dr. Alan Mandell here. Welcome back to my channel, Science of Healing. Have you ever been told that if you want to rebuild muscle after 70, you must eat more eggs, more meat, and expensive protein powders? What if I told you there's a humble, inexpensive food that can support muscle rebuilding, protect your strength, and even help your body recover faster as you age? And most people completely overlook it? I'm talking about lentils. Yes, the same simple food that many people consider ordinary. But the truth is, lentils are one of the most powerful muscle-supporting foods you can eat after the age of 70. And the science behind this may surprise you. As we age, the body goes through a natural process called sarcopenia. This condition refers to the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength that begins as early as our 40s, but accelerates after 60 and 70. Research shows adults can lose up to 3 to 8% of their muscle mass per decade, and that loss increases dramatically later in life. There is a silent change happening inside the human body after the age of 60, and by the time most people reach 70, the effects become impossible to ignore. Strength slowly fades. Tasks that once felt effortless begin to feel exhausting. Standing up from a chair takes more effort. Carrying groceries becomes a challenge. Climbing stairs feels like a workout. Many people assume this is simply the price of aging. But science tells us something much deeper is happening beneath the surface. The human body begins losing muscle through a biological process known as sarcopenia. This condition is not just about getting older, it is a progressive loss of skeletal muscle mass, strength, and function that accelerates with age. And the statistics are startling. Research shows that after the age of 30, adults can lose as much as 3 to 8% of their muscle mass every decade. But after 60, that rate speeds up dramatically. By the time someone reaches their 70s, they may have already lost nearly half of the muscle they had in their youth. This loss does not just affect appearance, it affects survival. Muscle is not only responsible for movement, it plays a crucial role in metabolism, blood sugar control, balance, mobility, and even immune function. When muscle disappears, the entire body becomes weaker from the inside out. Falls become more likely, recovery from illness becomes slower. Independence slowly begins to slip away. But here's the shocking part most people never hear. Muscle loss is not purely a result of age. In many cases, it is a result of what the body is no longer receiving. The aging body requires more targeted nutrition to maintain muscle, yet most older adults unknowingly eat less protein than their muscles desperately need. Scientific studies published in journals of aging and nutrition reveal that the body becomes less efficient at using protein as we grow older. This phenomenon is known as anabolic resistance. In simple terms, the muscles stop responding as strongly to small amounts of protein. That means the same diet that worked at 40 may no longer protect muscle at 70. When muscles do not receive enough amino acids, the building blocks of protein, the body begins to break down its own muscle tissue to survive. Over time, this slow breakdown becomes visible as weakness, fatigue, and loss of physical power. But the story does not end there, because something remarkable has also been discovered by researchers studying aging and muscle biology. Even in people well into their 70s, 80s, and beyond, the body still retains the ability to rebuild muscle when given the right signals. Those signals come from two powerful sources: movement and nutrition. When muscles are challenged through simple activities like walking, standing exercises, or light resistance movements, the body sends a signal that muscle tissue is still needed. And when this signal is paired with the right nutrients, especially protein and essential amino acids, the rebuilding process can begin again. One amino acid plays an especially important role in this process. It is called leucine. Scientists have discovered that leucine acts almost like a switch inside muscle cells. When enough leucine enters the bloodstream, it activates a pathway known as mTOR, which signals the body to start building new muscle proteins. Without this signal, muscle rebuilding slows dramatically. With it, the body regains the ability to repair and strengthen muscle tissue, even later in life. This discovery has completely changed how scientists view aging. For decades, muscle loss was considered inevitable. Now we know that while aging plays a role, lifestyle and diet play an equally powerful role. The body is constantly rebuilding itself. Muscle tissue is not permanent, it is dynamic, adapting to the signals it receives every day. When the body senses inactivity and nutrient deficiency, it breaks muscle down to conserve energy. But when it senses movement and adequate nutrition, it begins building again. This means that even after 70, the body still has an extraordinary capacity to restore strength. In fact, research involving adults in their 70s and 80s has shown something incredible. When older individuals increased their protein intake and engaged in gentle resistance training, measurable muscle growth occurred within weeks. Strength improved, walking speed increased, balance became more stable. These improvements were not small. Some participants regained strength levels similar to people many years younger. Think about that for a moment. The aging body is not broken. It is simply waiting for the right instructions. And the most powerful instructions often come from something surprisingly simple: food. Many older adults unintentionally reduce their food intake due to smaller appetites, digestive changes, or lifestyle habits. Unfortunately, this often leads to a dangerous cycle. Less food means less protein. Less protein means more muscle loss. More muscle loss leads to fatigue and weakness, which then reduces physical activity. Over time, this cycle accelerates the effects of sarcopenia. But when proper nutrition is restored, that cycle can begin to reverse. Muscles begin receiving the amino acids they need to repair microscopic damage. Energy production improves inside the muscle cells. Inflammation decreases. The nervous system reconnects more efficiently with muscle fibers. Slowly, strength begins to return. This is why nutrition experts emphasize that seniors must pay special attention to muscle-supporting foods. These foods provide not only protein, but also essential minerals like magnesium, iron, and potassium that support muscle contraction, oxygen delivery, and nerve communication. Without these nutrients, muscle fibers cannot function properly. With them, the body regains the tools needed to maintain strength. And perhaps the most encouraging discovery of all is this: muscle rebuilding does not require extreme workouts or complicated diets. It requires consistency. Small daily choices compound over time: a nourishing meal, a short walk, a few simple strengthening movements. These signals tell the body that muscle still matters. Because the truth is, muscle is more than strength. Muscle protects independence. It allows people to move freely, stand confidently, and continue living life on their own terms. Losing muscle means losing options, but rebuilding muscle restores them. And science now confirms something deeply hopeful. Even after 70, the body is still listening. Imagine standing in the kitchen, staring at a humble bag of lentils, thinking it's just another pantry staple. Now, what if I told you that this ordinary, inexpensive food has the power to rebuild muscle after 70 faster than most expensive supplements? That it carries a silent arsenal of nutrients that can defy the ordinary course of aging? This is not marketing hype. This is science. And the story of lentils is one of nature's most astonishing gifts for those who refuse to let age dictate their strength. As we age, the body's ability to synthesize muscle declines. This means that the same meal that built strength at 40 may barely maintain it at 70. Muscles demand consistent, high-quality protein to repair themselves. Without it, sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle, progresses relentlessly. But here's the thing: lentils provide one of the most effective yet overlooked solutions to this problem. A single cup of cooked lentils delivers approximately 18 grams of protein, a powerful dose for aging muscles. That protein is packed with essential amino acids, including leucine, the critical trigger that tells muscles to start rebuilding. Studies show that leucine activates the mTOR pathway, essentially flipping the switch that signals muscles to grow. Without leucine, your body struggles to repair the microscopic damage that daily life inflicts on your muscle fibers. But lentils are more than just protein. They are a nutritional powerhouse designed by nature to fuel not just muscle, but the body as a whole. Magnesium, for instance, is abundant in lentils. This mineral is indispensable for muscle contraction and relaxation. Without enough magnesium, older adults frequently experience cramps, stiffness, and fatigue. Imagine the frustration of a body that wants to move, but is constantly hindered by a deficiency that can be corrected with something as simple as lentils. Iron, too, plays a pivotal role. Muscles require oxygen to function, and iron is the critical courier that carries oxygen through the bloodstream to every cell. Without iron, muscles tire quickly, balance falters, and daily activities become daunting. Potassium, another nutrient lentils are rich in, ensures proper nerve signaling and muscle contraction. Every step you take, every lift of an arm, every push off a chair relies on potassium's delicate orchestration inside your cells. In aging bodies, potassium levels often decline, which can exacerbate weakness and fatigue. B vitamins, which lentils also supply generously, keep energy metabolism running smoothly, allowing muscles to convert nutrients into fuel efficiently. These vitamins prevent the sluggishness, brain fog, and lack of endurance that often accompany age, giving your muscles the energy they need to respond to repair signals. The benefits of lentils extend beyond protein and minerals. They are loaded with dietary fiber, which profoundly affects gut health. Why does this matter? Because a healthy gut enhances nutrient absorption. If your digestive system is compromised, it doesn't matter how much protein you eat, your body may not absorb it effectively. Studies show that older adults often struggle with low-grade inflammation and impaired digestion, both of which impede muscle repair. Lentils fiber feeds the beneficial bacteria in your intestines, which in turn strengthens your immune system, reduces inflammation, and improves the body's ability to utilize the nutrients critical for muscle rebuilding. Even more compelling, lentils have a very low glycemic index. This means they release sugar into the bloodstream slowly, preventing the dangerous spikes and crashes that can accelerate muscle loss, nerve damage, and energy depletion. Stable blood sugar keeps muscles fueled consistently throughout the day, enhancing endurance and reducing fatigue. For older adults, this effect is vital. Every surge and crash of glucose is a silent stressor on muscles already fighting to maintain mass. Lentils deliver energy in a smooth, steady stream that supports long-term muscle health. What truly makes lentils remarkable is the combination of all these benefits in a single, affordable food. Unlike expensive protein powders or exotic supplements, lentils are accessible to almost anyone. A bag from the grocery store can last weeks, making daily consumption realistic without financial strain. Consistency, after all, is what drives long-term results. One study in nutrition and aging found that seniors who consistently consumed high-quality protein experienced significantly greater muscle retention than those who ate sporadically. Lentils make that consistency achievable. But how do you turn this science into action in real life? Start by making lentils a core part of every meal. For breakfast, you might prepare a savory lentil hash with vegetables, providing protein and fiber first thing in the day to fuel muscles and metabolism. At lunch, a lentil salad tossed with olive oil, lemon, and fresh herbs creates a nutrient-dense meal that supports both energy and muscle repair. For dinner, lentil soups or stews provide warmth, nourishment, and a complete array of amino acids, minerals, and antioxidants. You don't need elaborate recipes. A simple preparation can unlock enormous benefits for your muscles. Pairing lentils with complementary foods can further enhance their muscle-building power. Whole grains like quinoa or brown rice complete the amino acid profile, creating a protein package that rivals meat in quality. Vegetables add antioxidants that fight oxidative stress in muscle tissue, which increases with age. Herbs and spices reduce inflammation naturally, giving your muscles a clean environment in which to repair and grow. Daily incorporation of lentils is not just about nutrition. It is about signaling to your body that muscle is still valued. Science has shown that the body responds dramatically to the presence of nutrients in the bloodstream. Amino acids trigger growth pathways. Minerals support contraction and energy. Fiber nurtures the gut, enhancing absorption. Each meal becomes a conversation with your body, telling it that strength is not negotiable, even at 70 or beyond. Imagine the impact over weeks and months. Muscles that once felt weak begin to regain firmness. Standing up from a chair becomes easier. Balance improves. Walking speed increases. Everyday activities no longer leave you exhausted. This is not hypothetical. Multiple studies in geriatric nutrition have documented measurable improvements in muscle mass, strength, and functional ability in older adults consuming plant-based proteins like lentils consistently. And perhaps the most inspiring truth is this: lentils are humble, ordinary, and unassuming, yet they hold extraordinary power. They do not promise overnight miracles, but they deliver sustained, scientifically proven results. By choosing lentils, you choose a path of resilience, strength, and vitality, an act of quiet defiance against the common expectation that aging must equal weakness. So the next time you stand in the grocery aisle, don't overlook that bag of lentils. Within it lies one of the most effective tools for rebuilding muscle after 70. It's affordable, it's accessible, and it's backed by science. Incorporate it into your daily meals, combine it with gentle strength exercises, and witness the transformation. Muscles that were slipping away can come back. Energy that felt lost can return. Life doesn't have to slow down after 70. It can thrive, one lentil at a time. Your body is listening, and it responds to those who nourish it wisely, consistently, and with intention. The ordinary lentil is not just food. It is a weapon against muscle loss, a shield for independence, and a building block for strength that can last a lifetime. Imagine waking up one morning feeling weaker than you did yesterday, struggling with tasks that once felt effortless. You might think this is just aging, inevitable and unchangeable. But what if I told you that strength, vitality, and muscle mass can be rebuilt after 70, not with expensive supplements, not with complicated routines, but with simple daily meals designed to nourish your body at the cellular level? The truth is, consistency is the secret weapon, and when paired with the right foods, it becomes unstoppable. Rebuilding muscle after 70 is not about miracles. It's about providing your body with the signals and nutrients it has been quietly begging for. Research in gerontology shows that even in advanced age, muscles remain responsive to proper stimuli. Muscle fibers retain the ability to repair and grow when they receive sufficient protein, essential amino acids, and minerals. Yet many older adults unknowingly sabotage this process by skipping meals, reducing protein intake, or relying on foods that spike blood sugar instead of supporting steady energy. Daily incorporation of muscle-supporting foods changes the story. Lentils, beans, quinoa, leafy greens, eggs, and fish are not just healthy options. They are active participants in rebuilding strength. Protein provides the raw material, amino acids repair micro tears in muscle tissue caused by everyday activities, and minerals like magnesium and potassium support muscle contraction and nerve communication. Research demonstrates that older adults consuming 25-30 grams of protein per meal show significantly higher rates of muscle protein synthesis than those consuming less. One meal a day won't suffice. It is the repetition, the daily reinforcement, that allows the body to rebuild muscle consistently. Consistency in meals also ensures that critical nutrients are absorbed efficiently. A healthy gut plays a pivotal role in muscle health. Fiber-rich foods like lentils and vegetables promote beneficial gut bacteria, which reduce inflammation, improve nutrient absorption, and even influence hormonal signals that regulate muscle growth. Science now shows that chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the hidden drivers of sarcopenia. Every day that goes by without anti-inflammatory, nutrient-dense foods in the diet accelerates muscle breakdown. Consistency flips this equation, providing a constant stream of healing compounds to the muscles and the body at large. But nutrition alone is not enough. Pairing daily nourishing meals with gentle physical activity magnifies results exponentially. Strength training, even at low intensity, triggers signals in muscle fibers that indicate growth is needed. Simple movements, standing from a chair repeatedly, walking with light resistance bands, or even carefully controlled body weight exercises send a message to the body. Muscle is still required. Studies in exercise science reveal that these signals, when combined with adequate protein intake, can significantly increase muscle mass and strength in seniors, sometimes within mere weeks. The synergy between daily meals and movement is profound. Protein provides the building blocks. Amino acids like leucine activate the growth pathway inside muscle cells. Minerals ensure contraction and energy metabolism function efficiently. And fiber and antioxidants reduce inflammation that would otherwise hinder repair. This daily cycle, nutrition, signaling, repair, is the mechanism by which older adults can regain strength, balance, and mobility. Consider the impact of missing just one day. Skipping a protein-rich meal means muscles miss critical amino acids required for repair. Missing movement reduces growth signals. Over time, this compounds into noticeable weakness. The cumulative effect of neglect is stark. Slower walking speed, higher risk of falls, diminished independence, and reduced quality of life. Conversely, even modest consistency, one nourishing meal, one movement session daily, produces measurable improvements. Muscle protein synthesis increases, endurance improves, and balance stabilizes. Meal timing also plays a critical role. Research indicates that spreading protein evenly across the day is more effective than consuming it all at once. For older adults, this means integrating protein-rich foods at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, not relying on a single large meal. A lentil salad in the morning, a chicken or fish dish at lunch, and a legume-based stew for dinner ensures a steady supply of amino acids to muscles. Daily repetition creates a rhythm that muscles adapt to, reinforcing repair cycles continuously. Consistency also reduces the risk of metabolic stress. Foods with low glycemic index, consumed regularly, prevent blood sugar spikes that contribute to oxidative stress, nerve damage, and muscle breakdown. The body thrives on predictability. When nutrition and activity are consistent, hormonal balance improves, inflammation decreases, and muscles receive uninterrupted nourishment. Over weeks and months, this transforms the body from fragile and fatigued into strong and resilient. One of the most remarkable aspects of daily nourishment is the psychological effect. Older adults often experience discouragement when muscle loss feels irreversible, but consistent, visible improvements, more strength in daily tasks, easier balance, less fatigue, reinforce the behavior, creating a positive feedback loop. Nutrition becomes a source of empowerment, not a chore. Movement becomes an act of reclaiming independence. Over time, the body responds not just physically, but mentally, creating a mindset that supports long-term adherence. Science supports this approach. Longitudinal studies in geriatric nutrition have documented that seniors who maintain consistent protein-rich diets with complementary exercise maintain significantly higher muscle mass and functional capacity than peers who do not. Even individuals in their late 70s and early 80s demonstrate measurable gains. This shows that age is not a wall, it is a variable that can be shifted with the right daily practices. In practice, this means building meals that are simple, affordable, and repeatable. Lentils, beans, eggs, yogurt, whole grains, vegetables, and nuts provide the nutrients muscles demand. Combine them with light daily movement and repetition. The cumulative effect is profound. Strength restored, energy renewed, balance improved, independence preserved. It is not about a single superfood or a miracle workout. It is about the power of daily, deliberate nourishment. Imagine the difference after 3 months of consistent practice. Standing up from a chair no longer strains your legs, walking feels effortless, daily activities are met with energy, not exhaustion. Friends notice your renewed vitality. Family sees your independence preserved. This transformation is not hypothetical. It is the direct result of daily intentional action, a pattern that tells the body every single day that muscle is still needed, still valuable, still strong. Consistency is the bridge between decline and restoration. Without it, even the most nutrient-dense foods and carefully planned exercises fail to deliver their full potential. With it, the aging body awakens. Muscles that once seemed lost return. Energy levels rise. Independence is preserved. And what may have once felt inevitable, weakness, fatigue, frailty, becomes a story rewritten by simple, powerful daily choices. The body at 70 is not a broken machine. It is a responsive organism capable of remarkable adaptation. With daily, consistent nourishment and movement, you are not just preserving what remains. You are rebuilding what was thought to be gone. You are telling your body every day that strength matters, that vitality matters, that life at 70 and beyond is meant to be lived fully, energetically, powerfully. Consistency is not glamorous, it is not flashy, it is not a trend, but it is infinitely more powerful than any supplement, workout fad, or miracle cure. The humble repetition of nourishing meals paired with light movement becomes the engine of transformation. And in this simple, persistent act lies the extraordinary truth. You can rebuild muscle, restore strength, and reclaim independence, one deliberate daily choice at a time.